Inevitably, there are times that I have to work from home. Midweek, for example, I like to leave the office around 6 or 6:30, and there are two reasons for that. One is so that I can come home and make a healthy dinner and eat at a reasonable hour. And secondly, because I don't want to create a culture of people feeling like they needed to be in the office till all hours, so it's kind of good to leave around then. Generally speaking, I'm much more productive when I'm working from the office, but there are some days where I just gotta get something done and I need to lock in by myself to do it, and on those days I really like working from home. However, it is not a simple proposition. There are a series of things that need to be true for me to be productive and not getting distracted. Otherwise, I find myself doing ridiculous things like dusting the top of the fridge. So here are some of the things that have to be true. Firstly, I absolutely have to have my house clean. So if you've watched some of these other videos, you will know that I really like things to be in their place. I like them put away, I like labels facing out. So I find that if I'm doing a work from home day and my house is a mess, I get up just a little bit earlier and clean it. I just do it and get it out of the way and then sit down, and I know that I'll be much more focused. I can't be hungry. I have to have a full stomach. So again, if I'm having a day working from home, the first thing I'll do when I get up, well, maybe not the first thing, I'll hang out with Hunter first, but when I make breakfast for myself that day, I particularly make sure that I've got something that's really filling. So I'll scramble an egg quickly, throw in some spinach leaves, and I'll put some raw cashews on my desk so that I'm not constantly getting up to the kitchen to make cups of tea and snacking and all that kind of stuff. It just helps me to be a bit less distracted. Next thing is a good setup. I bought a desk for my apartment because I need to be sitting at a desk to really focus. And I also strongly believe actually in having hygiene around your sleep area and not bringing work into it if you can help it. And actually too, I noticed that my back was getting sore when I was working from my bed or my couch. So for me, that workspace is very important. Have a clear to-do list. I think for me at least, and maybe you relate to this, when you work from home, hours just seem to mold together, and then all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and you're still sitting at your desk working. So I make sure that I have a really clear to-do list. I know I've talked about this before, but having that clear to-do list for me looks like putting it into my calendar as a set of tasks. So I block out time and use my calendar as my to-do list, and for me that's the way I keep myself the most accountable. And it's also good because, again, that's one of the symptoms I find of that hours molding together into a big block when working from home. It helps me to come to the end of that day and see that I really did do something important that day, rather than coming to the end of the day going, what did I get done today? Avoid distraction. So generally speaking, I get a lot of energy, or my energy and get up and go, from being around people that I love. So if any of them are in my house at the same time as me working, I find it really hard not to interact with them. So I need to be in a room by myself or home alone to work from home effectively. Which is why Hunter is like the perfect work from home buddy, because she doesn't talk to me. She just kind of snuggles and paws me occasionally as I'm typing away, and it's amazing. I also really like to set the tone, so to speak. So when I first started studying really seriously in high school, I used to light a candle at my desk, and it, for me, kind of signified, okay, it's focus time now, it's work time now. So on my desk, I have a lamp, and I'll either switch that on, or I actually do still light a candle, and I have a candle on my desk at work too, actually. And it's just that little ritual that helps me to get into that focus. I don't know why it works for me, but it just does. So do you ever work from home, or do you have a job where you can work from home, or are you working remotely frequently? How does it work for you? What are the things that you come up against that are distractions for you? How do you avoid them, fix them, or clear them up so that you can focus while you're at home? I would love to hear all about it. Please put into the comments below, and don't forget, do everything before you're ready. Bye.